Okay, hello. What we've got here is the brief outline for inside the exhibition hall space. I'm clicking left on my mouse button and just dragging around at the moment so I can see inside the space. I can also use the center scroll wheel on the mouse to zoom in and out, and I can also, if I want to pan left and right, use the right mouse button to move left and right. Now I'm just showing you the quick view here, and I'll go back to how you load this yourself so you can access. So okay, to start off with, just using a regular web browser, go to the link I've sent you, which in this case is the example 3d.golf/expo. Use the password and login information I've provided. This is PC based, it will work on a Mac, but use a standard web browser, something like Google Chrome. Do not use Explorer. Explorer won't work with this, it's got too many bugs in it. So if we basically reload the web page and just update my password, what you'll get is you'll get this little loading circle, loading screen, which depending on the speed of your broadband connection can take 30 seconds to a minute or so to load. It's loading all of the 3D content, all of the background information and everything else to build the scene. So just be patient whilst that loads, and again, please use a standard web browser. Don't use a tablet or touchscreen at this stage. Now when that's loaded, you'll get this first smaller window within your main web browser. It's still saying it's downloading a few of the items here. Just allow that to continue. But what you will see down on the bottom right here is a series of buttons. Now to make this full screen so it's easier to view what's going on, click on the fourth button here, which is toggle full screen. So once you've done that, you'll be left with a view similar to this one, which at the moment is showing in the center of the screen a flag, pin and hole cup, because it's related to some of the other products we designed. I can close the products box down on the left hand side here, and I could browse new products from the menu down on the left hand side here, but we've combined two things in one just for quick demo purposes on one of the bigger exhibition stands in the center of the hall here. What I can do is I can go to the bottom right here and I can click on the little feet button, and by clicking on the feet button it allows me either with the left mouse button to click and walk, or the right mouse button to click and go backwards. I can also use the arrows on the keyboard or some of the other keys to do various things. So in effect I can just, pointing myself as if I was looking around just with moving the mouse, and using the arrows on the keyboard in this case, or the mouse click, just to walk up to the end of the hall, and I can cross over in the stands, and I can move myself back down the show, and I can stop, for example, here, and I'd see where the doors are and the positioning of everything in the building. A very, very simple layout scenario just to show you what can be done, and I could continue walking around the entire space within this hall. Everything is to scale, everything is drawn as per the map, and is spot on. Okay, so just to show you what else can be done very briefly, if I escape out of this, I might need to press escape a couple of times on the keyboard just to take you back to this first view. Escape also takes you out of the full screen window view, so to get back into that I'm just going to click on that full screen button again. And just to show you what can be done here from a design point of view on individual products, I'm picking from the menu on the left here a panel display, and we've used one of the standard panel sizes. Click on the left here, we can show it as 2 modules, 3, and we can spin around and zoom in and out. Location of objects isn't sorted out, that's something that would need to be discussed. It's part of the much bigger plan of work that would need to be done. So if I click on the object again and go back, I don't want that, so I'm going to remove it, get rid and remove the first item, but then add a display, and just to show you what can be done on the branding side. So click on display, it brings up the 3D item that you can look around in the left hand side of the window here, and we've got a 2D viewer on the right hand side here. So just while nothing is selected, we can change the colour, just for the colour of the background of the panel, or just leave that white and shut down the colour palette option. Click on the logo that's defaulted at the moment. I can reposition that, and I can add another logo. Just got some folders on my desktop and various images in there, but if we pick the bigger logo, that uploads it into the scene. We can click on the text, we can move the text around, and we can also type over the text that's already here. So BTME 2018, just as an example. Scroll, make it a little bit bigger, grab the logo, make that a little bit bigger, and we can copy and paste the same logo more than once. It does a lot of other things, but I'm showing you very briefly. You can layer the options on the right hand side here. You've got a fine tune option for rescaling logo size. You can change angles, you can do pretty much most standard things in here. Got a positioning tool that will put it bang on in the center of whatever you're working on. You could add a photograph if you wanted to the same thing. Wait for that to upload because it's quite a big file. We can scale that to fit, and if we note that it will crop and scale to cover the whole of the item, like that. So we've now got a graphic of a golf course as our background. Now if we wanted everything in front of that, we just go to Tools and we layer the order down, 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 down. So now it becomes the background, and even click maybe to change the colour of the text. So you can play around from the perspective of designing an object to go on an exhibition stand within the actual exhibition itself. And there's other functionality. The second button in here is an eye, just allows you to look around with no distractions. There's nothing else switched on in the view. And you can go back to walk, and we can find our position. If you get lost, just press escape, it'll always take you back, but we can walk around and even see. I'll position myself over here, look back, and we've now got our panel display just very quickly mocked up to show you. So that is the basics of the 3D process. You can have automated walkthroughs, rendering at much higher qualities, and so much more that could be added. But if this is a direction that's worth continuing to talk about, we'll go from there. Okay, right, thanks all. Thanks for now, and speak soon. Cheers, bye.